Asmongold confirms Twitch exposé stream and will move to Kick or Rumble if banned. Asmongold says he is planning to expose Twitch and will even move to Kick or Rumble if the platform takes action and bans him during the broadcast. Earlier in November, Asmongold warned the Amazon-owned platform that if fellow streamer Central Committee wasn't banned for more than 2 weeks after joking about offering $100,000 to anyone who would harm or harass Destiny, he would expose the site. How? Well, according to Asmon, he would bring on Dan Saltman, someone who has been very vocal about ongoing issues at Twitch, such as concerns pertaining to alleged anti-Semitism on the platform. Central Committee was banned for just 3 days, and on November 12th, Asmongold explained that his stream with Dan was happening, and that it wasn't an empty threat.
Dang.
So what would you do if they auto-ban you the moment you bring them on? Well, if I'm trying to hold the platform accountable for allowing people on the platform that openly commit felonies and use the platform as a vehicle to commit felonies, and I get banned for that, honestly, rip bozo, right? I mean, let's be real. Rip fucking bozo. Like, that's, I mean, I can just go somewhere else and stream over there. And also, like, it's insane to do that. Moderation seems like the left. Yeah, exactly. And so this is really what's going to happen. And move to YouTube Live. I'll probably go to Kick and Rumble if I get banned on Twitch. Realistically, that's what I'm going to do. And so, yeah. Preferential treatment isn't the same as special treatment. Well, I think that there is both. That's the funny thing, is on Twitch you don't have to pick. And so anyway, that's basically it. I'm not really looking at doing that. I don't want to do that.
So according to Asmongold, Twitch has allegedly had a massive problem with its moderation and doesn't have much consistency when it comes to enforcing its community guidelines, calling the site's moderators, quote, extremely biased. Users in Asmongold's chat began to theorize that exposing Twitch could result in him being permanently banned, but the streamer had an answer to those worries.
Is the stream with Dan Saltman on? Well, I'll tell you this. I said that if he got banned for less than 2 weeks, that I would do it. He got banned for 3 days. Last time I checked, 3 days is less than 2 weeks. So it sure sounds like it's fucking on. Probably be doing it later on this week. That's the plan. I want to make sure I get everything together, and then we're going to do it. And we're going to put it on YouTube, too. We're going to go through everything. This is a parasite that has infected this website.
I will say this is the one thing I really like about Asmon. He is like the last true big streamer. He talks to his chat. He interacts with his chat. It's not fake. Yes, it's not a show. And you're getting Asmon, whether you like his opinion or not. And he's talking to you.
One of the biggest things I respect about Asmongold completely is that he believes what he believes. He doesn't care if anybody agrees with it. He doesn't care whether you like it or not. He tells it the way he wants to tell it, and he sticks behind it. Whether you agree with him or not, he doesn't care if Twitch bans him, because number one, he doesn't even stream on his Asmongold account. He streams on, well, sometimes, but he streams on his Zach Rohrer account, which is not even monetized. So they make no money off of him. He does not get subscriptions on that account. And he could care less about money. Like literally, he still lives in the exact same house, lives the exact same way. Doesn't even, I mean, he's the exact same person, even though he has millions of dollars now. And so he doesn't give a crap. And I respect that.
Same. So apparently Asmongold responds to Hasan blaming him for Twitch's Adpocalypse.
Blamed him?
Apparently.
You think just even before the start, you think that Asmongold could have been the reason for this, because he didn't monetize his Zach Rohrer account, that they had to start blitzing ads to make more money because so many people were watching it?
No, I think the Adpocalypse comes from the fact that Twitch does not enforce its own guidelines evenly across the board. And its guidelines are too loose, so advertisers don't want their brands shown against obscene, lewd, and crude content.
This is an adpocalypse against the advertisers not liking what he says.
Maybe, but I think it's a problem across Twitch, because the whole reason why the YouTube adpocalypse occurred was because YouTube at that time was like the Wild West. Like people could
Yeah, I
say or
remember the
do
YouTube
anything, and like brands wouldn't want to pay to have their ads shown in front of a video with content that they wouldn't like approve of, or maybe goes against what they are for. So like that's why advertisers pulled money out of YouTube. I believe that is the same reason why Twitch will fail, because they just cannot crack down on bad behavior and clean up the site. Like Twitch is gross.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, but I also think that the bigger advertisers are going to pull out, because Twitch is on a big decline. We know that the people that are watching these big streamers like Kai and Speed, I would love to see the numbers on their demographic or whatever, the age group that they're pulling in. If you could find stats on that, because I would bet it's very young.
I don't think that's the case, because think about, why do toy manufacturers advertise toys on kids channels? Because they go to their parents,
kids are watching them.
And yeah, their kids still will pester their parents to buy them things. I think that's true even for teenagers who like watching I Showed Speed and Kai and Aiden.
Yeah, you might be right. Are the advertisers that are pulling out, are they the ones that are advertising that kind of stuff? Or is it Herman Miller that's advertising $800 chairs that nobody in their 20s is going to pay money for?
Maybe. So Asmongold has responded to Hasan, accusing him of being a catalyst for what is being dubbed the Twitch Adpocalypse, as advertisers leave the platform due to controversial content, admitting that he may be to blame. In late October, it was suggested that a Twitch adpocalypse is inevitable due to the nature of some of the content on the platform. This would mimic the YouTube adpocalypse of 2016 and 2017, when advertisers abandoned YouTubers en masse. This led to the rise of family-friendly content and a huge change in the content realm that is still felt to this day. And if the same happens to Twitch, Asmongold admits he should shoulder some of the blame, agreeing with Hasan's criticism of him. When Asmongold is making threats like these, this is the result, Hasan explained. When you partner up with cynical effing a-holes who just simply want to see the world burn, even if their purpose is utterly and clearly to troll, platforms that cave against that sort of thing are going to hurt other content creators.
Yeah, we want to appeal to the advertisers, but we're going to say effing a-hole.
Yes.
They're going to start doing this to China too. Fuck it, add Haiti on there too.
Hasan's the reason why they can't get advertisers, man.
Dude, I would not advertise nothing
I just
on
want you to
for
understand,
his channel.
by the way,
Nothing.
when Asmongold
He's a
is making
complete
threats
idiot.
like this is the result. Okay? When you partner up with cynical fucking assholes who just simply want to see the fucking world burn, and they force platforms who are terrified of offending anyone, okay, even if their purpose is utterly and so clearly to troll, okay, platforms that turn around and capitulate and cave against that sort of thing are going to hurt other content creators, you know?
So not long after, Asmongold watched the clip and was very honest with his viewers, admitting that he has certainly not helped the situation.
I don't really think it's my fault specifically. I do think that some of the Adpocalypse stuff is my fault. And you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. That's what happened. Too bad. And it's Twitch's fault, period. Yeah, it would have never escalated like this if people had held each other accountable and not tried to come up with excuses for bad behavior. But what's happened instead is that people have tried really hard on Twitch to come up with reasons why being racist or being wrong or saying bad stuff like this is acceptable. It's not acceptable. It never was acceptable. And I think everybody can see the double standard. And the difference with that is that, and I want to tell you guys, like, this is something that I also practice. Like, I said something stupid about, like, the whole Palestine thing. Remember that? Like, that was not a good day. And I got suspended for 2 weeks because of that. Not once have I said publicly that I didn't deserve that.
I will say Asmon is a good example of being able to just eat his mistake and move on and still admit like he made a mistake. A lot of these clowns would put together a prepackaged apology and then never touch the topic again ever.
I think if an adpocalypse happens on like it did YouTube, Twitch, the ability to clean that up, like Nadeshot, it's even talking about Nadeshot at the bottom of the article, but Nadeshot, I remember when that all happened, and his YouTube intro used to be, YouTube, how the F you doing?
Yep.
And then his outro was, we'll see you effing later. And then after this all happened and everybody had to clean up the language, clean up everything else, he literally had to change his intro to YouTube, how the fudge you doing? And he would say fudge on the intro and the outro.
I mean, I hate to say it, big brands with big money to spend on ads, they don't want their videos running right up against someone coming, how the F you doing, or whatever it is Nadeshot was saying. It just it doesn't look good. It's the whole, what is it? Perception is reality, or whatever the saying is, like.
Yeah. And people can downplay, cussing and foul language and stuff like that, but it gives just as big of a stain mark against a big advertiser as other things do.
It makes it look like the advertiser is endorsing that kind of behavior.
Exactly.
Like whatever it is, whether you agree with the thing or not, if it's bad, like vulgar, crude, or lewd, advertisers don't want that. And so you wonder why Twitch and really any of these social media platforms, why they're not making more ad revenue. It's because creators are creating gross stuff, but that's what appeals to people is gross, crude, and lewd. Like
it kind of does, but also but the same as YouTube, they had to clean it up and be more family friendly because, a majority of the world has kids. And, you want more available family friendly content, or at least to have it dialed back. You don't want, like, that's why I don't watch Asmongold and Hasan and a lot of people like that, because me personally, I don't want to hear somebody just say the F word every 3 words. It's boring. It's a wasteful language to me.
Yeah.
It's low IQ stuff.
It definitely, it's changed YouTube, but for the better. YouTube has recovered. It's still possible as a creator on YouTube to get good ad revenue. Twitch, though, if it keeps doing what it's doing with its goofy enforcement of its own policy and rewriting its policy every other day, it will die as a platform. It's
Twitch
not
is screwed anyways.
Twitch is not on a path that I think can succeed with its leadership in the form that it is. But you should let us know in the chat. What are your thoughts on Twitch? Do you think it will survive the adpocalypse that is pending? Or do you think we're just wrong? Do you think, Twitch is going to pull through and be better than ever? Let us know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this video, please click that subscribe button. Drop a like on this video. We will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.